Contemplating life.
It's contemplating life. You are live. Hello. Welcome to the Pascal and Piper Show. I'm Piper.
I'm Pascal.
And we hope you're having a marvelous Monday. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yay.
Today we're going to be talking about and celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Before we get into that, let's roll our intro.
Woo!
And we're back. I apologize in advance if something if it's slow or it's glitchy. We're at camp right now, as you can see. I was trying to get it so that we could have the Skyland Ranch in the background, but as you can see, it's horrible lighting over there, so we gave up.
We're
and now
here.
You can see the kitchen door. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Because today, we're here to talk about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Do you want to start?
You can.
I can. Okay. So, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month is an annual celebration that recognizes the historical and cultural contributions of individuals and groups of Asian and Pacific Islander descent to the United States. The AAPI umbrella term includes cultures from the entire Asian continent, including East, Southeast, and South Asia, and the Pacific Islands of Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. As of 2019, there are about 22.9 million people of Asian or Pacific Islander descent in the United States. And according to the Pew Research Center, AAPI people are diverse and growing up population that make up about 7% of the total U.S. population. So this Heritage Month for 2020 started yesterday, May 1st. 2022.
Thank you.
What did I say?
You said 2020. It's not 2020.
My bad. 2022. 2022. It started yesterday, May 1st, and it will go all the way for the month of May, so ending on Tuesday, May 31st. Do you want to talk about the origins?
My bad.
Your computer's going to die.
Okay. The effort to officially recognize Asian American Pacific Islander contributions to the United States began in the late 1970s and took over 10 years to make it a permanent month-long celebration. In 1977, New York Representative Frank Horton introduced House Joint Resolution 540, which proposed proclaiming the first 10 days of May as Asian/Pacific American Heritage Week. Hawaii Senator Daniel Inouye introduced a similar joint resolution the same year. When the resolutions did not pass, Representative Horton introduced House Joint Resolution 1007 the following year, which requested the president to proclaim a week during the first 10 days of May, starting in 1979, including May 7th and May 10th, as Asian/Pacific American Heritage Week. After the House and the Senate passed the resolution, President Jimmy Carter signed it into a public law on October 5th, 1978. From 1980 to 1990, each president passed annual proclamations for Asian/Pacific American Heritage Week. In 1990, Congress expanded the that was a lot. In 1990, Congress expanded the observance from a week to a month. May was annually designated as Asian/Pacific American Heritage Month in 1992 under George H.W. Bush administration. With the passing of public law, Asian/Pacific American Heritage Month was renamed as AAPI Heritage Month in 2009.
Okay, so now why do we celebrate AAPI Heritage Month? Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have contributed significantly to many facets of American culture and society, including science and medicine, literature, art, sports, recreation, government and politics, and activism and law. In 2021, Kamala Harris became the first Asian American Vice President of the United States. In film history, AAPI people's stories and traditions have become more visible, with South Korean director I always mispronounce his name. I always feel bad. Bong Joon-ho's Parasite winning the Academy Award for Best Picture in 2019, and the release of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings in 2021, debuting Marvel's first Asian superhero. AAPI people have a long history in the United States, despite the stereotype that they are perpetual foreigners. The idea that Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are inherently foreign and other and are not truly American. According to the Bering Land Bridge theory, Asians first migrated to what is now known as North America over 15,000 years ago through a land bridge between Asia and North America. In the 16th century, Filipinos who were escaping forced labor and enslavement during the Spanish galleon trade immigrated to North America, eventually establishing a settlement in St. Malo, Louisiana in 1763. During the California Gold Rush, the 1850s, a wave of Asian immigrants came to the West Coast and provided labor for gold mines, factories, and the Transcontinental Railroad. In 1882, Congress enacted the Chinese Exclusion Act, which banned Chinese immigration for 20 years. Japanese and Koreans began immigrating to the United States by 1885 to replace Chinese labor in the railroad construction, farming, and fishing. However, in 1907, Japanese immigration were restricted by the Gentlemen's Agreement between the United States and Japan. The Civil Rights Movement assisted the liberalization of immigration laws. In 1965, the Immigration and Nationality Act changed the restrictive national origin quotas and allowed for a large number of Asian and Pacific Islanders to come to the United States with their families. In mid-1970s, refugees from Southeast Asia like Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos came to the United States to flee war, violence, and hardships. Oh no, now my computer's gonna die soon. Today, Asians, Americans, and Pacific Islanders are the fastest growing racial group in the United States. AAPI Heritage Month celebrates the unique journey of all AAPI immigrants and citizens in the United States and their unique life experiences and traditions and cultures.
My turn. According to the Federal Asian Pacific American Council, the theme for AAPI Heritage Month 2022 is Advancing Leaders Through Collaboration. The FAPAC encourages local and national governments to prioritize collaboration, development, diversity, transparency, and inclusion through leadership training of AAPI people.
So why the date of AAPI Heritage Month is significant. The month of May was chosen for AAPI Heritage Month because it commemorates the immigration of the first Japanese people to the United States on May 7, 1843. It is also a significant month because it recognizes the Golden Spike Day, May 10, 1869, which marks the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad that was built with significant contributions from the Chinese workers. So that was a little bit about the historical and origin backgrounds of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. To learn more and to celebrate this month, truly, I recommend just trying to, listen to Asian American and Pacific Islander voices, whether that be through music, books, movies, TV shows, learning more about their cultural practices, anything and all about Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. So with that, before my computer dies and you guys are all left stranded, thank you so much for watching. To learn more about this, you can find the link that we were reading off of in our link tree. We hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Happy Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and we'll see you all Wednesday. Bye!